How you think it feels?
Amazing.
He said from day one, he was in it.
Rihanna ended up spending $15 million.
$15 million?
I wasn't finished! But yes, Rihanna spent $15 million trying to prove A$AP Rocky's
So
innocence.
what do people think about this?
People are happy for A$AP Rocky and they're telling him to now marry Rihanna.
So A$AP Rocky just got acquitted and Rihanna couldn't stop the tears as she watched her man walk free after a high-stakes trial that could have sent him to prison for 24 years. It's been a tough couple of weeks for the pair. Sure, Rocky was gambling with his life, but Rihanna had a much harder time on the sidelines. Not only was she making court appearances regularly, but she was also funding the entire thing. And word on the street is she spent $15 million on her man's defense. And that's not all. Now that the trial is over, Riri is calling out everyone who tried to put her baby daddy in jail. Meanwhile, you've got some fans speculating that A$AP used Riri to get himself acquitted. Just what did the singer say, and how is she handling herself after an emotional roller coaster? And did A$AP really use her? Let's find out. So after weeks of battling it out in court, the jury finally made its decision concerning the charges against A$AP Rocky on February 18th, 2025. It took the jury of 7 women and 5 men roughly 3 hours to reach a verdict, and saying Rocky was relieved would be an understatement. He practically jumped into the gallery and hugged Rihanna once he heard the words, "not guilty."
The jury in the above entitled action find the defendant, Raheem Mayers, not guilty of the
Cannot get the audience. Or you cannot get the audience.
And for anyone thinking he might be overreacting, well, he wasn't. A$AP turned down a plea deal and was looking at 24 years in prison if found guilty. Safe to say, he was betting with his life.
Relief that he must feel cannot be overstated. He was facing 20 years in custody, at least, maybe even longer than 20 years in custody. He rejected a plea deal that was going to dismiss one of his felony charges, have him plead guilty to one of the other ones, and do a few months in custody, do a couple months in custody, and be on probation. And people thought that it was wild. It was crazy for him to reject that deal, but he rejected that deal. He bet on his lawyers, he bet on his freedom, and now he has it. So instead of being on probation, the case, he has been found not guilty on all charges. He will walk free. He will be able to go home and be with his family and his friends and put this whole case behind him. That is what an amazing feeling that must be, because it's always so risky. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but in this case, I'm glad it did. But obviously I'm biased because I'm a longtime criminal defense attorney.
And so A$AP's overwhelming emotions make sense. He even expressed his gratitude to the jurors, saying, "Thank y'all for saving my life," as he exited the courtroom. He didn't forget to thank his lawyer, Joe Tacopina, who got him out of this mess.
Mr. Tacopina, what was it like seeing Rocky's raw emotion as he tripped over and fell over Rihanna? What was that like?
I didn't realize how athletic he was. He, in a single leap, went over the jury box. But I mean, the spectator wrote, "Look, that was raw emotion. That was happiness." You know, there was a moment where, before we heard the words from the clerk, you know, he didn't know if he was going to be spending the next 2 decades in jail or going home. And so when you hear those words, obviously, you know, I know how he was feeling. We've been in communication the last few hours. And it's a lot on the line. He has 2 little children. He's got a beautiful wife and he's got a family. And so that was raw emotion. You guys got to see that.
In fact, he joked about naming his 3rd kid ASAP Joe, and Rihanna seemed to be okay with that decision as well.
For the whole family, how did they get past that? Well, they promised their 3rd kid would be named ASAP Joe. So that's as far as I know. You know, what's next? They're going to move on. I mean, they have a lot of great things professionally to do. You know, Rocky's really at the height of his career. He's working with Gucci, he's working with Puma, he's got a lot of things going. Obviously, Rihanna is on top of the world, and they have 2 beautiful children, and they have a family. And we saw them come together. And, you know, I took offense to the prosecutor, Lewin, saying that they manufactured some sort of appearance of a family in his summations. But I think the jury obviously took offense to that too. They were a family, and they were a family, and that's why she was here to support him, and that's why his kids came. Here's no one who's going to see him again. And if this didn't go well for him, not that I thought it wasn't going to,
Speaking of Rihanna, if there's one person who's just as happy as Rocky right now, it's her. She was present for all of the court hearings, and even when Rocky and his lawyer Joe talked to reporters after the verdict.
God first. You gotta thank God first, you know what I'm saying? And I really want to thank the jury for making the right decision, you know? And I'm just so thankful. This is crazy right now. This whole experience has been crazy for the past 4 years, but I'm thankful. Nonetheless, I'm thankful, and we're blessed to be here right now, to be a free man talking to y'all. Thank you. All praise to God.
Bottom line is, we're grateful for the jury. They saw through this barrage of a case. He said from day one he was innocent. He turned down a plea for almost no jail time because he was innocent. And I've always said this was an extortion. The extortion played out live in color in court. You know, we've always said what it says is that the district attorney should look long and hard at prosecuting Tyrell Efron.
Selective prosecution.
We said that from day one. They should do it now. They have him admitting to perjury. They have him committing extortion. The jury saw through it and came to an enormously quick and speedy verdict, the right verdict, and we thank this jury. And again, for me, my partner Chad, we're honored to have represented this amazing family. Rocky is one of my closest friends, but he's also just a great person. We love him. Rihanna, ASAP Joe.
But get this. According to Joe, ASAP tried to shield Rihanna and their family from the criminal proceedings, but she went behind his back to make sure she was there for her husband. Joe revealed he didn't want her there. He was very protective of her. I was sort of supporting his decision to keep her away. The trial's not about Rihanna, but she called me one day and she was like, "Joe, wild horses aren't going to keep me away, so let him know I'm coming and deal with him." And it's a good thing that she did, because her presence left an impact on the case.
Rihanna's star power has impacted the trial from day one.
Rihanna is going all out to help ASAP Rocky.
Potential jurors were asked if they listened to her music.
And she decided to up the stakes by bringing the kids as well one day.
It is unusual to see young children in court, but it's part and parcel of the defense strategy to get sympathy for Rocky.
The defendant, and certainly his significant other, are powerful individuals within the entertainment industry. And they certainly have enough power to cancel small players if that's what they want to do.
And that's not all. Riri wasn't standing for anyone disrespecting her man. In fact, she even told off a reporter for asking a stupid question while Rocky was talking to the press.
Bottom line is, we're grateful for the jury. They saw through.
How you think it feels?
Amazing. He said from day one he was innocent.
Rihanna also took to IG to share her relief, posting, "The glory belongs to God and God alone, thankful, humbled by his mercy." That same evening, the couple was spotted enjoying a celebratory dinner in Beverly Hills.
Celebrate.
Congrats, ASAP.
New video, Rocky taking her hand in his as they walked into the private Beverly Hills club Gravitas together.
Hey, how does it feel to be back with your family, my man?
Inside, we're told they celebrated with friends.
Safe to say, both of them have been through a lot, and that's why Rocky is making up for lost time. Just one day after being found not guilty in his shooting trial, ASAP was spotted shopping for birthday gifts for his longtime girlfriend, who turns 37 on February 20th. According to the Daily Mail, the rapper made several stops in Beverly Hills, picking up a Rolex and browsing a women's boutique before slipping out the back entrance of Chanel on Rodeo Drive. That said, Rihanna isn't just a supportive wife in this entire situation. She's a fighter who was ready to throw hands to protect her man at any time. In fact, Riri turned a lot of heads when she posted a picture of Erica Jane's son, Sergeant Tommy Zizzo Jr., along with the caption, "He thought he ate." FYI, he was the first witness called on the stand in Rocky's trial. He responded to reports of the shooting incident between Relly and Rocky. The police officer was cross-examined by Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, about the absence of evidence at the scene. Tommy confirmed on the stand that he didn't see physical proof that a shooting had taken place.
Yeah, the one who collected the evidence from the scene, that was Erica Giraldi's son from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I guess Rihanna and Erica aren't cool anymore because I believe she unfollowed Erica on Instagram. I don't blame her. I would do the same thing. Anyway, she called him out in that epic Instagram post. She put his face on her Instagram stories for her millions of followers and devoted Navy, and literally said he thought he ate. Now, there were some people being like, "That's illegal, you can't do that, that's for them." Shut up. He testified in a televised trial. And baby, it wouldn't have been illegal if ASAP had gotten convicted guilty. At the end of the day, all Rihanna said is, he thought he ate. She ain't incite violence. She ain't say she wanted anything to happen to him. She just said he looks stupid and he was doing the most, and that's why things happen. At least that's my interpretation of what Rihanna said. But there's more to it. Listen, Rihanna was basically saying by posting that picture on her Instagram stories, sir, you had one job. To see that ASAP Riley's story had more holes than a dollar store had more holes in it than a dollar store pair of socks, and yet here we are.
According to sources that spoke with Radar Online, Rihanna was pouring money into his legal defense to keep him out of jail. The source shared, his legal expenses have already run into the hundreds of thousands, but she's not even blinking.
Rihanna ended up spending $15 million.
$15 million?
I wasn't finished! But yes, Rihanna spent $15 million trying to prove ASAP Rocky's innocence.
So what do people think about this?
People are happy for ASAP Rocky and they're telling him to now marry Rihanna.
And that kind of makes sense since Rihanna's net worth is a whopping $1.4 billion, which is 70 times more than Adol AP Rocky's measly $20 million. However, Rihanna doesn't care about the zeros. According to multiple reports, the singer considers her money as their money. An insider also told the media outlet, she's very quick to deny she's paying for everything, but that fools no one. Rumor has it she's helping him out in every area. We're talking private jets, lifestyle expenses, cars, jewelry, bodyguards. Of course, Rihanna's friends didn't approve of her emptying her bank account for Rocky. The source said, the word is there are people in her life who think she's making a mistake and should just kick the guy to the curb, but that's not an option in her eyes. But Rihanna apparently brushed off those concerns. The source told Radar Online, Rihanna is madly in love and gets a thrill out of being able to live out her wildest dreams and take A.L. Happ along for the ride. They say she's been bankrolling him from day one, no questions asked. It's something he clearly takes advantage of, but he's her man and she's going to take care of him, and no one will ever persuade her otherwise. Honestly, it makes sense why Rihanna was pulling out all the stops. According to several sources, she was terrified that her boyfriend A.L. App Rocky could go to prison for his firearm trial. That was the father of her kids. And so she wasn't just spending money, she was ramping up positive public appearances as well during the trial. According to one source, they are both extremely private people and they do not like to be out and about. But Rihanna knows that she needs to get her man out there, showing mad love to each other in hopes that the exposure will have a positive effect on the outcome of this case. She is terrified of him going to prison. She has 2 kids at home that she does not want to raise on her own. Thankfully, Rihanna doesn't have to think about any of that now. That said, it is a miracle that Rocky got acquitted. It seems like the only reason he won was because the prosecution messed up.
Guys, it is no surprise to me that ASAP Rocky was just found not guilty when you look at this trial footage.
So your Instagram is what caused you to go back.
No, you did because you're sneaky.
Don't be insulting. Stop it. He is not insulting you. Don't insult him. Don't insult any lawyer that's asking you questions. You're not doing yourself any good by doing that.
I mean, I'm getting screwed. I mean, this is not what I...
That witness on the stand is the alleged victim of the crime who claims that ASAP shot at him with a gun. The defense was that ASAP Rocky never had a real gun, he had a prop gun, and that this is a jealous, envious friend looking for fame and looking for money. His attitude on the witness stand certainly didn't help him.
Mr. Efron, there is nothing in your Instagram that shows you in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021. Is there?
Yes, it is.
Really? I'm going to give you a live phone. You show me on your Instagram. Show me on your Instagram where it shows that you're in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021.
What do you mean a live phone?
A phone. Your Instagram. We're going to go to your Instagram.
No, we would have to go, see, now you think you slick. We would have to go to my phone, my actual phone, and go to my archive. You're not going to show me something of my highlights, which is not there. You think you slick.
Stop.
This is, you're not going to keep tripping me up. I'm on
Mr. Efron! Stop! Just stop talking. It's
just not a good look, especially when the defense is already saying that you're basically a jealous, envious guy looking for fame and trying to come after a guy because he did better than you. Just not a good look. I'm not shocked at the verdict at all.
What's more, according to the managing editor from Law and Crime, Kathy Russin, Mr. Lewin, he did a bang-up job. Juror in the ASAP Rocky trial. She said she thought both sides were great. She reiterated there just wasn't enough to convict, but they all believed it was a real gun. One fan chimed in explaining, This is what real jurors do. You can feel one way all day, but if there's no evidence or not enough to show no reasonable doubt, then the verdict must be not guilty. Way to go, jurors. Proof is not based on feelings, proof is based on fact. Safe to say it looks like everyone is happy for Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Kanye West jumped in on the celebrations by posting a photo of ASAP on Instagram along with a prayer hand emoji. 50 Cent chimed in as well. He posted a picture of the rapper on IG along with the caption, "Not guilty, I told y'all. I would bet 500,000K he gonna beat it when ASAP Telly started getting tired of telling 5 days straight. Boom, now stay sucker free." Nicki Minaj, who collaborated with Rocky on the 2018 song Runnin', posted a picture of Rocky and Rihanna posing with their children on her Instagram story along with the caption, "To God be the glory." Meanwhile, Papoose shared a clip of Rocky hugging his family after the verdict was announced along with the caption, "I know on the internet everything is a joke, but man, I'm so happy for this dude. Peace to ASAP and his family. God is good." That said, most fans are not happy with how ASAP used Riri during the trial and how he's continuing to use her. They believe that the only reason ASAP managed to walk away was because he had Riri by his side and he knew that all too well. One person wrote, "She's not being scammed and he's not being a leech. Rihanna's dummy self is willingly treating this loser like a bad bitch. I'm not even calling him a loser because he has less money. I'm doing so because everything I've heard and seen from this dude is loser shit. I really don't get what she sees in him. Even though Chris and Drake, before the pedo allegations, were pieces of I could at least see their appeal. I doubt Rocky even has to ask her for anything. It seems like she offers him whatever." When I first saw that picture of Nicki and Riri, I was shocked because I was like, why would she be around someone like Nicki and her PDF husband? But it all makes sense now. Her and Nicki are more alike than I would have ever thought. If she thinks that spoiling him is going to keep him loyal, in check and faithful, then she's sadly mistaken. She really isn't in control if that's what she thinks. Has she heard about Betty building a Bob Broderick, Mary J. Blige, or any of these thousands of women who went down the same path? It literally never pays to sponsor men. They are never thankful or grateful. These situations always end in a dumpster fire because men never act right. They always fuck it up. You can be the richest woman in the world, be the most beautiful woman on the planet, have the baddest body in the history of women, be the freakiest chick ever to exist, etc. Yet the majority of men will still treat you like absolute. It does not matter what you do or provide for the majority of men, they will always be disrespectful, ungrateful, and selfish. But what do you think? Is ASAP using Rihanna, and is she the real reason he was acquitted? Let us know what you think in the comment section below and make sure to check out this next video.